Welcome to Reify's online learning hub. In this tutorial, we'll show you some useful tips and tricks to supercharge the functionality of your ListGrid. So let's dive in. We will start by showing you how to make your ListGrid editable with a single click. To start, let's add a grid to our application. Simply double-click on the ListGrid component to add it to your screen. Now, we'll bind a data source to our ListGrid to provide data for the grid. Doing this is simple. Just double-click on the customer data source to automatically bind to your grid with the default configuration. Easy, isn't it? Our next step is to make the grid editable, empowering users to modify data directly within the ListGrid. Head over to the ListGrid's property panel, find the Can Edit property, and check the box. Right now, users need to double-click a record to change it. We're going to make that easier. Under the Edit Event property, change it to Click. And there you go. Now, let's give it a spin. Click on any record in the ListGrid to make it editable. Works like a charm, doesn't it? Next, we'll make your ListGrid even more useful by turning on the filter editor for your grid. This feature is super helpful and makes data easier to find and organize. To find the Show Filter Editor button, just type Filter in the search box. Once you've found it, tick the Show Filter Editor box to turn it on. Now you can see a filter at the top of the ListGrid. Put in the data you're looking for, press Enter, and see how it filters the grid. Filtering data is that easy. Next up, let's allow users to delete records from the ListGrid. This is really simple. To let users remove records, find the Can Remove Records box and tick it. You'll now see a small delete icon has been added to each row in the ListGrid. Click on this icon at the end of any row to delete that record. Finally, let's change the message that appears when your grid is empty. There might be times when your grid has no data. To stop users from wondering where the data is, we'll put in a message. To show you how, we'll start with a new screen. To create a new screen, just click on the Add Screen button. Next, add a grid to your screen by double-clicking on the ListGrid component. We won't be adding any data to our ListGrid this time, so we'll skip that step. Just click on the Skip Binding button to move ahead without linking a data source. Now, let's change the empty grid message. Look for the empty message property by typing empty into the search box. Change the default message from no items to show to no records were found. And that's it. Congratulations on mastering these grid enhancements. You can now make your grid editable with one click, activate filtering, remove records, and customize the empty message. Get ready to supercharge your grid and unlock its full potential. Well done on learning all these skills. Keep up the good work.
Reify is a new kind of low-code platform, one you can use on every project, not just for the simple ones. Reify is a radically faster, radically better way to work. Try Reify today for free.